as the Graceland Yellow Jackets come in with a record of 3-6, and the Missouri Valley College Vikings are 2-4. I'm Ken Quiavan. We have a good crew tonight. Brett Holt, who is Director of Volleyball Operations, and Jessica Gates join us for the broadcast tonight. Coach, you ready to analyze the men's team tonight?
I hope this is a better seat here, an easier seat.
Oh, it'll be easier. There's no question about that. Of course, Miss Gates played volleyball here, is working here at Missouri Valley College, and she's an old pro at this. She did on the women's side. If all of you remember those award-winning performances back in the fall, right?
Yes.
All right. Well, we'll have some fun tonight. The Vikings are being introduced. Brett, how about these two clubs? You played before. It went 5 sets, I believe, didn't it?
Yeah,
earlier in the year.
A couple weeks ago at the Park Invitational. They're pretty balanced and pretty evenly matched, so this could be another 5-setter.
All right. Jess, what do you see in this match for the Vikings?
For me, it's a whole new team. I wasn't here last spring and didn't get to watch most of the games, but from what I've heard, it's going to be a well-played match.
Well, Zach Brown, he is a returner. He was all-conference a year ago. Lucas Schattenberg, I'm hearing a lot about him.
Yeah, Lucas is a freshman from Germany and one of the key players for us. And so he has to play well. If he plays well, then the team usually plays well around him.
All right. Vikings in their black uniforms. And that's an interesting pregame there.
Little Roy in the middle of the mosh pit, I think, breakdancing.
Okay. I'm glad I'm not in the middle of that. Vikings have quite a few players on the varsity roster. The Yellow Jackets come in. Well, I've got, I think, 9 players is all they brought with them on the trip. So the Yellow Jackets, when you're watching the live stream tonight, are in the dark blue and the Vikings in black. So kind of hard to tell the two teams apart. If you're looking at your computer screen, the Yellow Jackets are on the left and the Vikings are on the right. As we get set for what we hope is a good night of volleyball. This is it for a few days. I don't think the volleyball team has anything this weekend.
No, we're not. We're off this weekend. So.
All right. Go to Belleville, is that right, next week? I was looking at the schedule.
We go to Missouri Baptist on Tuesday.
Missouri Baptist on Tuesday, that's right. So there was a 5-setter the last time these two teams met earlier in the season. And we'll see what happens tonight. Should be a lot of fun as Thomas Herb out of Denver, Colorado, wears number 4, and he gets ready to serve for the Yellow Jackets, first to 5. And we are underway, and here's the jump serve with a left hand. Vikings will send it back over, and this one will go out. As a good job by the Vikings to take the first point of the match. Back to serve will be Joao Amaral. He is out of Brazil. He's a senior. Good job by the Vikings on that first point. And now the Yellow Jackets, yeah, I thought we were going to get it right back. Let's see if the Vikings are able to free ball that one over. No, it goes out. Now, talk to me about that. Are the basketball standards in play?
They are in play.
They're not all the way up.
They're not all the way up, so if it's a line drive and hits it and deflects, then the ball's out. But if it's a loopy one and it hits, then they're going to replay it.
All right, Vikings get the kill. Good job as they work to their right side, and I believe that was that Zach?
Zach Brown.
Zach Brown coming from the right side, and it's quickly 2-1. Zach goes back to serve, sends this one over. Yellow Jackets send it out, trying to go cross court, and the Vikes up 3-1. Kind of important to get his first match or get ahead set or two, isn't it?
It is. Momentum. We started out on Tuesday with a lot of it. We won the first set, and then they kind of went flat. So it's important for them to get off to a good start tonight.
Zach Brown with a good, strong serve. Yellow Jackets send it over. Good dig by Costa. And now Costa saves that one, but it's going to go out right in front of us. So it's 3-2.
Already a lot of a lot of positive energy on the Viking side, which we didn't have too much of on Tuesday. So that's good to see.
So here comes the serve for the Yellow Jackets. And it is over. Vikings leading 3-2, and now it's quickly 4-2, and that was Schattenberg out of Germany. Freshman, how'd you recruit him out of Germany?
We got 2 German freshmen this year, Philip the setter and Lucas. We have a tie with a recruiter over in that part of the country.
Well, he's off to a good start here, 4-2. Victor Costa will serve. Well, the Vikings trying to build a little lead here in the first, and that was just kind of softly sent over, and DJ Wong, a young man out of Hawaii that you know quite well, I think.
Yeah, DJ's, I believe, a senior now. He seems like he's been there for 5 or 6 years, but a good player, and he sees the court really well, and that was a good shot.
All right, so it is 4-3. Vikings, there's a double block, but this one goes out as Pedersen Silva came through on the left side. Pedersen's been kind of a veteran on this club, isn't he?
He is, and this is actually his first match back of the regular season, so it's nice to see him get his first swing. He had 2 fractures in both shins, and so he's been out for a while.
Schattenberg with the serve. They'll have to send this one over. Vikings are there. And again, good block by the Yellow Jackets, but the Vikings think this one over. Sent back over by the Yellow Jackets. 5-3 Vikings lead. Good volley going on there. That one hits the tape. And that one is out. 5-4.
Pretty good rally for a men's game.
Can you say that because most of the time it's 1 or 2? And
very offensive on the men's side, so don't see many rallies.
As you're just talking, there you go right there. Well, they're going to get this one over. Good hustle by the Yellow Jackets. Costa now. The Vikings set it up. And this goes over, but it's out. And a good heads-up play by Silva to let that one go, 6-4. You know, I didn't think about that, but watching volleyball, you're right. On the women's side, you get some pretty good volleys from time to time, don't you?
Yeah.
Rallies. And on the men's side, and that's kind of unusual. Banks this one over. Nice shot by Herb. Just found an open. You don't have to hit it hard sometimes, do you? Just find the right spot.
No, you don't. That was a good shot.
Gates, you awake down there?
I'm awake. I'm just listening to
She's preparing for games.
For
She's
set 2.
Set 2, and she does the play-by-play. She's getting ready. Here come the Vikings, and there's another kill, and that is again is Schattenberg. And it's 7-5.
With Peterson back in the lineup, that moves Lucas back to a more natural spot for a left-hander on the right side. So this is the first match for him over there.
And here is the net serve, and that was Bumstead, wasn't it, Zach?
Yeah.
For a coach, that drives you nuts, doesn't it? Get a little rally going or get something going, and then a service error.
Sometimes it takes so much effort to side out and then to go back there and just put it in the bottom of the net. Just momentum goes.
Good strong serve. Vikings able to come up with that one. Here's a double block. Vikings will have to free ball this one over, and they do. And here come the Yellow Jackets, and they're going to get the kill, and that was Roschitz out of Kansas City. Stephen Roschitz out of Kansas City, a 6'2 junior. We're tied at 7 here in the first. Probably didn't expect anything less than a close match all the way through. Here's the serve, and that is a service error. And the Vikings go back up 8-7. Play to 25 in the first 4, and 15 in the 5th if it goes that far. Amaral back to serve. Vikings up by a point, 8-7. Sends it over. And nice little dink shot again by Chris Roxburgh, another young man out of Hawaii, and we're tied at 8. How do you defend that? Really can't, can you?
You don't, really.
You're anticipating that power game, and then tough to stop. Unless you had Gates as a libero, then you could probably stop it.
Yeah.
Gates would have had that, no problem.
She'd have had that one. There's a good kill that comes right over our heads, and that Schattenberg, again, he is a left-hander. Boy, he's got some power in that left hand.
Yeah, he heavy arm.
Ooh, 9-8 Vikings.
And he's only a freshman?
Freshman from Germany, yeah.
Good looking player. And this one, does it go out? Yeah, trying to go from the center to the left side was Roxburgh, and he missed. 10-8 Vikings by 2.
The block really forced that. Both of them were up, and he had to go that direction.
Here is the serve by Valley. Costa keeps it alive. Vikings dink one over, and the Yellow Jackets unable to get it across the nets. That was Gorgiev out of Bulgaria. That's 11-8. Vikings with their largest lead of the first set. 3 points now, 11-8.
Zach Brown tipped the ball over the net. We've been trying to get him to do that for a year and a half.
Did you say, finally, you tipped the ball. You know, there's a serve that goes long, so it's 11-9.
The guys don't like to tip very much.
They don't?
They want to hit and hit. It don't matter if the block's there or not.
Here's the serve. Costa with it. There's another tip. And, oh, man, what a great job by the Yellow Jackets to keep that one alive. Another tip.
The down official is trying to get the call, but
and
he's
now
looking that way.
Now this goes off the block, but it is a point for the Vikings. 12-9. Wow, I tell you what, it was interesting. They kept that one alive. Well, the Vikes get the point to go up 12-9. Costa back to serve. And he sends it in, and Costa gets the point. 13-9. Victor out of Brazil.
Victor's had a good start to the season.
Here's his next serve. Gets it over. And did that stay in? I think it did, yeah. Stayed in far corner. So it's 13-10.
Steven's got a big arm for Graceland, too. He's a good player. I believe he's a transfer. I think he came from the University of Kansas.
Wow.
Played club ball there and transferred to Graceland this year for his first year.
Off the double block, the Yellow Jackets get the point. That was Herb was there along with Moore. So it's 13-11. And back to serve is Gorgiev. Sends it over, and the Vikings, little miscommunication there, and Silva unable to come up with it. It's 13-12.
First contact so important in the men's game, especially. Got to be in system.
Here are the Vikings, and this one goes out, and all of a sudden, 3 straight points by the Yellow Jackets to tie things back up at 13. Tell me a little bit about Jason Fistick when we get a chance. He's come on board to coach the men's team, correct, or help you there?
Yeah, he actually one of my good friends from back in Ohio. So he came on board this year and helped tremendously with the women's team, and then he's taken over all the head coaching duties with the men, and has done a good job with them.
All right, that one is out, so the Vikings get the point, 14-13. Another Ohio Stater.
He is.
You've loaded up the volleyball office from Ohio State, haven't you?
Our whole staff is. And then one of the new football assistants is a Columbus person. So
all right.
More Ohio.
This one goes out. This serve is a little bit long, so it's 14 all. If you went up to those offices around the championship game, you thought the colors were gray, scarlet and gray at Missouri Valley. But all right, here come the Vikings trying to regain that lead, and they're going to be able to do it. Off the block, the Yellow Jackets cannot save it. It's 15-14. We're in the first set. Vikings trying to jump out early. Here's Silva with a serve. Yellow Jackets get it over. Can the Vikings retrieve it? They can. Costa sends it over. And the Yellow Jackets come right back. Rosic with a point. 15 all.
This could be a long night here.
Kind of anticipating this one's going to happen, aren't we? These teams pretty evenly matched. It was 5-setter the last time. I see some of the softball girls going to have practice. They might as well take off for a while. All right, here's the serve. Just over the tape. And a double block, and the point goes to the Yellow Jackets. Roxburgh was in there along with Wong. So it's 16-15. Now the Yellow Jackets have taken the lead. Serving to be Moore. Good serve. See if the Vikes can come back and tie. That's going to be way long. As Schattenberg wound up and send it long. So 17-15. That may be the largest lead Graceland's had now. Next serve, and this one goes out. Costa was there, knew that was going to go out, so a service error at 17-16. Damon Bekovic checks in out of Serbia, another freshman, right?
Yeah, Damon, a sophomore academically,
okay.
But redshirted last year, had surgery on his shoulder right at the beginning of fall last year, so he was out all.
Good, powerful serve, but the Yellow Jackets able to handle it, and they get the point. They send that one off of Bekovic. So 18-16. Getting that point of the set now, Coach starts getting a little nervous, don't you? Not too many points left. And again, Costa ducks underneath that one. It goes out. It's 18-17. That's 2 service errors in a row by the Yellow Jackets.
Those come back to bite you sometimes. Hopefully, we can get
happening.
Let's see what Amaral can do here. Ooh, dinks that serve over. Double block, with the point goes to the Vikings.
They said he hit the antenna.
Said he hit the antenna, okay. So the Vikes are going to get the point. And it's 18-all. That serve looked like something I would do in the backyard in the summer during a family reunion. That was so easy. But it worked. Vikings keep this one alive. They have to send it over. Now the Yellow Jackets turn. And into the net. They can't come up with it. Rosic couldn't come up with it. And the Vikings regain the lead, 19-18.
Looks like they're having a little communication error here with the setter and the outside hitter for Grayson. He's hit the last 2 balls left-handed, which he's not a left-hander. So
Amaral again, softly sends it over. Good job by Costa to go down and get that one. This one's sent over. Vikings still have a chance, and this one off the arm of Zach Brown, and it's 20-18. Now the Vikings have taken the lead. Good little comeback here.
That's a good run. And it all starts with that missed serve that Graceland had. They had the 2-point lead and then missed the serve, gets us within 1, and then now we've scored, 2 more points on top of that in a row. So those missed serves are killers sometimes.
Yeah, you're right. When you start taking a look through a set, that would be a key play on this. Gates, you ready to go in the second set, or you got it all together?
I'm ready.
All right.
Me and Holt are ready to take this over.
I'll just go home then, and we'll just let you guys. We have basketball Saturday, by the way. Coach Holt will be here. He's on the scorers table for should be a good doubleheader. Mid-America Nazarene here. The women won by about 30 over the Vikings the first time in Olathe, but Talea Earls did not play, and it was the day before all the gals went home for Christmas. So it's just a different game. I think it'll be different. And the men lost to Mid-America, and they have a little revenge on their mind. So basketball teams are doing well this year, having a lot of fun.
Yeah, basketball is really doing well. Both of them are top 3 in the conference.
The women are tied for 3rd, and the men are tied for 2nd, just a game out of 1st.
Definitely a turnaround from when I first got here.
Yeah, they're playing well. They're playing well. All right, it's 20-18. Let's see if the Vikes can go on a little run. If Amaral can continue this and build up a little lead and get this first set. And hits the tape, but goes over. Vikings block that one. Yellow Jackets send it over. Vikes do a good job. There's a double block. Amaral. Now Costa. And that one's going to go out.
As Zach Brown is blowing it out of bounds.
Yeah. Yeah. He stood there. Get out, get out, get out. And it went out, and he was smart enough not to go after. 21-18. Vikings now tie their largest lead at 3. Amaral doing a nice job back there. Again, that very soft serve. And now Amaral's able to keep that one alive. Good job. And this one is going to be a point to Graceland. Never got over the tape. I'd say when someone serves that softly, it really disrupts rhythm, doesn't it? Kind of like somebody throwing a real slow pitch in baseball. It's hard to hit. Here's Rosic with the serve. Vikings up 21-19. Big points here. That one's tipped over. Yellow Jackets keep it alive, and they're going to get the points. So here they come, 21-20.
You know this isn't going to be easy. They got out to a 3-point lead, and here comes Graceland back with 2 in a row.
Rosic will serve it. And here is the serve. And this is long, and it is 22-20. Another service error. Boy, they've had some big service errors, haven't they, late in this first set. Here is the, this time they couldn't get it over. Tried just to free ball that one over, couldn't do it. 23-20, Valley now. Pretty good chance to take this first.
Error there.
Yeah, that was
Can't
really
free ball
unforced.
the ball into the bottom of.
Here's Zach Brown. Good hard serve. The Yellow Jackets able to get to it. Vikings keep it alive. Costa. This one off the tape. It goes out. Point goes to the Yellow Jackets. Never got across. 23-21, I think.
Should be set point, I think.
Oh, they get the Viking point. Okay, yeah.
Schwab's played some good defense over there and right back so far.
24-20. Here's set point, and this is long. 24-21. Zach tried to put a little more into that one. Another set point. And here is the serve. We'll see if the Vikes can end this right here. Have to send this one over. Nice tip. Amaral got a hand under that one.
Right.
Good job. Good rally going on here. A double block by the Vikings for the set. Who was it? Pedersen, and who else was in there? Pedersen and Jose Martins. Good job. And the Vikings win at 25-21. Again, Brett, it's very important to get that first one, isn't it?
Yeah, the big one. Or the first one's a big one.
What were the keys in that first one as far as you watching there?
You know, I think our defense actually was pretty decent. We dug quite a few balls on our side, and then the serving errors for Graceland, I think, is what probably I would like to see the stats to see how many they had in that first set, but I think they had some at the wrong time, which killed some momentum for them.
Well, you pointed out one of them was late, and that was big because they were on a little bit of a run there, and then the Vikings kind of took over after that. All right, we're going to step aside while the teams get ready for set number 2. And when we come back, Coach Holt and Jessica Gates will call the second set. We'll be right back. First set goes to the Vikings, 25-21. And we're about ready for the second set as the Vikings look pretty impressive, at least defensively, in that first one. Victor Costa waves, wants to say hi to the folks back in Brazil.
Victor's yelling, "Hi, Mom." So if you're watching, Mom,
Probably are. Probably are. A lot of them are. I don't know the time difference. What, 5-6 hours?
I think
that
it's
probably
6.
wouldn't be too bad from here to Brazil. I'm not sure.
I wish I was in Brazil right now.
Yeah, summertime. It's summertime in Brazil.
They can lay on a beach and watch it.
Yeah. That's why I always feel sorry for the Brazilians that come in. It's their summer when they come up here for winter.
Yeah.
And then when they get a break, it's winter there. So, but it's not quite as cold as we have here. All right, we're ready for the second set. Jessica Gates and Brett Holt will call it for you. The Vikings lead 1-0. Go ahead, Ms. Gates.
Okay.
It's all you, Gates.
You have it. I'm turning my mic off.
The start of this game, we're going to have Amaral back to serve for your Vikings. Just a recap for those just tuning in, it was a 25-21 game for the Vikings.
That first set really went back and forth until about point 18, and then we got a 2 or 3 point lead, and then we're able to finish it out.
Emerald's serve is over and in, and Graceland is able to get a kill by number 13, Roxburgh. Defense is going to be key. We had such a good one the first match. We're going to have to keep it up the second one.
Yeah, that was actually a really good serve by Joao, and they passed the ball, what we call in system, where the setter has all options, and they were able to run the middle, and it's really difficult to defend a middle in the men's game.
Joao able to get that ball up. Victor sitting it outside. Nice dig by Graceland. Peterson sending it over, free balling it. Graceland getting it up, sending it to the outside. And it is a point for Graceland off a double block. We have Herb back to serve for Graceland, 2-0. Herb serve is over and out. Another missed serve for Graceland University. They have missed so many serves this game, it's costing him. Back to serve, we have Zach Brown. It is over and in. Graceland sending it to their middle. Draw with another pass. Missouri Valley sending it over, and Graceland sending it right back over. It helps to have those tall guys in the back row able to swing these balls over.
Yeah.
It is a double block by Missouri Valley, and it is a point. I believe that was Peterson and Jose. Nice double block.
I think Joao has a record and digs already this match.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, the block is funneling the ball right to him, and he's dug quite a few balls here in the set.
They're trying to get us out of system, but it's good when you have your libero taking up those second points. Peterson with the tip. Grace unable to get it up, sending it outside. Joao with another dig. And it is out. Graceland with another point. It is 3-2 Graceland.
Lucas tried to go cross court with that shot and just a little too wide on the block.
Service over and in by Roshitz. Back row attack by Graceland. Valley able to get it up and over. And it is off the block. And Lucas with another kill.
Joao with a good one-hand set there back to Lucas. The ball was a little tight, but it was a good play by Schattenberg to go off the block.
Those one-handed tips. I remember last season watching him. Graceland sitting it outside, and it's off the block and point for Graceland. Kill for Wong.
Good swing by DJ Wong. The block had four hands right in front of him. He went high off the hands and out of bounds past the Viking defense.
Graceland serve over and in, sending it, and Lucas with a great cross hit. only option he really had.
Yeah, there was no other way he could have hit that ball. The set went way past the antenna, and in volleyball, of course, you have to go inside the antenna. So
unfortunately. We have Schattenberg back to serve for the Missouri Valley Vikings. It is over and in. Great pass by Graceland. And it is out. A nice double block close to the line.
We got a little stoppage in play. I think we need a towel cleanup, is what the down ref was saying.
I've been one of those. It is not fun.
I remember that.
I was not very
You were not very happy.
Cleaning up the rain message all game.
We've had some snow here in Marshall, and with this building, the snow gets trapped up there, and once it starts melting, we get a little leakage. So it looks like Jake Haar is going to be on it, assistant coach Haar.
It's part of his duties. Valley sitting it outside, a nice swing by Brown, and Joao with an amazing hit. Those have to be fun.
Hey, those feel real good when you're the setter and you can get up and take a swing with no block in front of you. So,
being 5'0", that would be fun. Peterson's serve is over and in. Graceland able to get that one up pretty easily. Wong with kill or swing. Another kill by Lucas. So you said he's a freshman, right?
Freshman, yep.
Coming in and dominating with kills so far.
I believe he is second in the nation right now.
He is. He averages a half a kill ace per game.
Yeah, he's second in the aces, and I want to say he's third in the country in kills per set. Or no, he is second at 4.36.
Coming in as a freshman, that is an amazing accomplishment.
We have an early timeout by Graceland, down 5-8 in the second set.
What? Valley came out swinging this game.
Yeah, it really starts with our serve. Actually, we're serving the ball really well right now. And again, we talk about it's so important in volleyball to get teams out of system, especially in the men's game with how big the block is and things. If you can get some one-on-one situations, it gives your hitters a better opportunity to score. And right now, we're getting them out of system, so we know we can key on who's going to hit the ball and get our block in front of there, so it's causing some errors. I tell you, it's a different energy tonight from the guys, and we were on the road on Tuesday, and they were really flat and just got outplayed by the Linwood Belleville team. And I know they addressed it yesterday in practice, and Coach Fistic said they had a good practice and got some things ironed out, and it really has shown so far here through a set and a little bit.
Sometimes it only takes one conference loss to really put something underneath your bottom.
Finally they're all back. I know Zach Brown sat out a few games early in the season. He has only been back for 2 matches, and now Peterson's back. So hopefully they can start to string together some confidence and some wins here.
Get comfortable with each other too. We have Wong back to serve for Graceland. Vikings are up 8-6 in the second match. Lucas with another kill. He can front row, back row. Pretty dominant hitter.
Great back row swing from Lucas. Went right into the seam of the block.
Back to serve, we have Damon Bekovic for Missouri Valley. Great pass by Graceland. They're going to send it to the middle, and it is right on the line. Kill for number 34, Stephen Moore.
That's what we call a waffle shot.
Waffle shot.
He got up there, and it hit off his fingertips and just kind of curveball, waffle. Mm-hmm. We call it waffle shot.
I've never heard that. That's funny.
And it found the back line.
Joao with a great second hit kill.
Joao must have known that we were going to be on air tonight. It looks like he shaved his face a little bit, got a clean shave.
He's got his hair flowing.
His hair's getting long. Oh, he went for that one.
It is 10-8 Vikings in the second set. Back to serve, we have number 4, Thomas Herb.
Another lefty with a great serve. Setter had to take the first ball for Graceland, so the libero, which was actually the starting setter from last year for the Graceland team. I think Gorge's a freshman.
It's so crazy how men, they can jump behind the 10-foot line but still hit it right at the net. Nothing like women's ball.
Yeah.
I mean, it'd be nice if women had those kind of jumps, but
we were waiting for you to get those jumps.
Oh yeah, 5'4.5". Let's hang on to that half sign.
You did get into the front row a couple times in your career.
My freshman year. Almost blocked the ball. Graceland sending it to the back row. Draw with the pass. Valley able to get the ball, and they're sending it over. Graceland sending it to the outside to Wong, and is off the hands of Lucas, and point for Graceland.
It's a great in-system set by Gorgie for Graceland, and a good swing by DJ Wong on the outside.
Leaving us with one block out there. Peterson with a one-handed pass, sending it over back to their middle. Double blocks for Missouri Valley. Wong with the swing and a little out. Missouri Valley with the point 12-0, or 12-10. I believe this is 2 points. Is that the highest lead we've had all game?
I think so.
We got Costa back to serve, and it is out, right down that line. Miss serves.
Miss serves, I tell you. Makes the coach want to pull out their hair. That's why I don't have any.
I know, I made my girls run my 1 year at Coach's Club. Sending it outside to Wong, and it is into the net, trying to go a little short with it. We got Lucas Schattenberg back to serve for Missouri Valley. It is a 13-11 lead for the Vikings.
Staying pretty comfortable at this two-point lead for the Vikings.
Pretty much how it was the first game, too. It looked like a good set, but a
pretty difficult place to set the ball to your middle from. The pass pulled the setter off to about 12 feet, and he tried to force the 31, and the middle was not up, and therefore a point to the Vikings.
They like giving it back to that Herb back there in the back row. Out of system, he's there.
Yeah, it's a pretty good play. And in the men's game, the back row attack's so important, especially on the right side. And we have two lefties over here on the right side, one for Valley and one for Graceland.
Off the block, off of Joao. And it's going to be a point for Graceland. It is now a 14-13 lead. Graceland is only down by 1 point. Service over and in. Brown with the pass, sending it outside to Peterson. Graceland able to get the ball back and back out to number 4, Thomas Herb with another kill. He's pretty on this game.
Yeah, he's got just like Lucas, for us, he has we call a live lefty arm, a nice, powerful swing. So looks like we need to key in on that a little bit more for our block.
4 hits for Valley, not able to get that one over. Now they're up by 1, 15-14, mental errors. That's what
Yeah,
gets you.
it all started with that. We talk about it. I know we've said it many times already in this broadcast, but the missed serve out of bounds, and then they've scored, I think, 3 in a row, and then they serve one out of bounds. So maybe we'll go on a 1 or 2 point run here.
It is 15-15 all in this match right now. We have Peterson back to serve for the Vikings.
I'd be really surprised if we saw more than a 3 point lead by any team tonight, the way these two are.
Nice. Bumstead up with the solo block in the middle, sending it straight down. Has he had a pretty good blocks this year?
He's had a pretty good start to the season.
He's ranked, but 46th in the nation. Still nationally ranked, so that's good for him. Draw able to get that ball to Brown, and it is off the hands. Wong able to get that grade up.
Wong.
That looked like a little bit of a push, but another kill for Herb. What do you think?
Well, they're all smiling, so it looks like it was a good call by the linesman. It was a great up, though, by DJ Wong off the block to start the play.
There we go. Point for Vikings. It is now a 17-16 game. Entering to the game, we have number 3, Damon Bekovic, back to serve.
Good side out by the Vikings there on a kill by Zach Brown on the outside.
The serve is over and in, right off the net. And it is into the antenna, and point for Vikings, giving us an 18-16 lead.
Ball cannot touch any part of the antenna, or that is an error, and point to the other side.
It's nice when you're the team that doesn't hit it. Nice serve for Bekovic, sending it to their middle, and is off the top of the hands of Lucas, and point for Graceland. There we go, 1-point lead.
Good swing by Steven. He went, again, we talked about high hands. The block was in front of him, so he went high off of Jose's hands and beat the defense in middle back.
Back to serve, we have Gible for Grayson University. They are down by 1 in the second set. Sending it outside to Zach Brown, and is down the line and in. Point for Missouri Valley College.
Assist by the libero, Victor Costa. Joao took the first ball, so it's usually the responsibility of the libero once the setter takes the first ball to step in and set that second ball. It's nice and high inside, so Zach Brown could get a good swing on it.
Which is nice when your setter's in the back row. It leaves you 3 hitters instead of just the 2 if the right front used to take it.
Yeah, another point swing by Lucas off the block and out of bounds, and that gives the Vikings its biggest lead, I think, of the match, or maybe tied it. I think they had a 3-point lead in the first set, but 20-17.
Draw with his serve right off the net. One-handed dig, and Vikings unable to get this up. Point for Graceland. 20-18 lead for the Vikings. Back to serve, we have number 4, Thomas Herb.
Seems like every time we get a 2 or 3 point lead, Graceland then goes back to the middle, and they're scoring some points in the middle. And
nice serve, but a little out.
Just a couple inches, it looked like, from here. Danny looks like he's wide awake and on the line, ready to go.
Line judging men's games is not fun.
That's another thing you used to hate to do.
Let's just say I have some horror stories. Been tackled, been yelled at by coaches.
I can't imagine that.
Oh, yeah. We have Roshitz back to serve for Graceland. It is a 21-19 lead for the Vikings. Peterson with a great pass, sending it right back outside, tipping it over. And Herb with another kill in the back row.
He's had a very solid match to start this match. Almost 2 sets in. I want to see the stats after this match, or after this set, to see where we at numbers wise, but he's had a good match so far.
There we go, another missed serve for Graceland, giving us a 22-20 lead. 2 points, average score points for each team.
Graceland gets back within 1 or ties it up, and then they shoot themselves in the foot a little bit and serve the ball out of bounds, but a big side out off the block of Peterson Silva. You don't see that very often. It goes out long off the block, but close, but.
Those are frustrating, especially with you're preparing yourself to get a short block and.
Pulls the Yellow Jackets in within one again. And Lucas goes off the hands and actually landed in. So the Vikings will take a 23-21 lead. See if they can finish it out here.
Another in the net serve.
Those are the worst.
They are.
As a coach, I can tell you, the in the net serves are the worst because it gives you no chance to score a point. If you serve it out or on the sideline a little bit, maybe someone will pass it or. Peterson is back on the court. You can hear him from over here. He doesn't hesitate to grunt around.
No.
And you can hear. It's nice to hear that back out on the court.
He likes to swing. Ever since his freshman year here, I remember at his first practice, he just swings, and he just wants that block to deflect off that block every single time.
Yeah, he's developed, actually. I remember my first year, his sophomore year, and the kid would never go off speed. And we tried to tell him. The way he hits with so much power, we said if you just go off speed every once in a while, you're going to get so many more kills. And finally, in the last year and a half, he's finally developed that a little bit in his last season.
But like you said earlier, men's generally like to swing harder.
Oh, yeah. It's hard, and harder. I mean, they don't usually like to hold back, but it's those teams that can throw in and mix it up a little bit that usually are a little bit more successful, especially when you're playing against a team that has a bigger block.
So Graceland is actually in the North Division, and we're in the South. And there's 4 divisions in the men's, right?
Correct. They restructured a little bit, I believe, last year. And NAIA men's volleyball is just one big division, and then they break it off into conferences, 4 different conferences. So there's the North, South, Great Lakes, and then the National Division.
Peterson's serve is over and in. They're going to sit it back to the middle. Draw able to get that up by sending it over. Wong with the swing, and it is out. Giving Valley this, game's over. 25-22 in this second set.
Pretty impressive. How'd y'all do? How'd she do?
She was good.
She was good. All right, we'll just turn around to the third set then too. Well, but while we have just a moment before the third, and Jess Gates will do that, I want to welcome all of you who may be watching from the Lamoni area or are rooting for the Yellow Jackets. I'll tell you what, last Saturday night I had the pleasure of driving back from Lamoni in that blizzard. And you folks up north in Iowa, you have great hospitality, but you can have that weather, man. That was rough.
Yes, he was not a happy camper on Monday
that was
at the lunch table.
That was. Then I got here and I still had to go 50 miles. Anyway, that's just the kind of weather it is. Hey, while we have just a minute, Coach Holt, how about this first ever youth clinic for grades 4 through 8 coming up April 27th and 20 through the 29th. This really sounds like this could be interesting.
Yeah, we're excited about it. As you come in, and I've been here 3 years, and you try to get everything. You would love to get everything started right away, but it sometimes takes it's a process, and we try to solidify getting the programs going, and now we're trying to reach out to the Marshall area and the surrounding school districts to try to get the youth more involved. And I've been talking to people at the YMCA, and then we have Brandy Schulte, who is the administrative assistant to the president here at Missouri Valley, and she has 2 younger ones. And I've just been getting people asking me when we're going to start some youth camps. So we finally got that solidified, and it's going to be at the end of April for grades, like you said, 4 through 8, and a couple hours from 5 to 7 p.m. right here in Burns Athletic Complex. And hopefully, if we can spark enough interest, we're going to try to get a summer league for youth, like they do at the Y for basketball and everything else. So hopefully it'll spark some interest and we can get things rolling.
Well, unfortunately, there's just not a lot of high school volleyball in the state of Missouri. There's some, but not a lot, is there, on either side?
And especially in this area.
Yeah.
And the kids in these smaller schools, they play basketball and track and volleyball. They're two or three sport people. So, and then they got 4-H in the summer. So there's a lot of stuff going on, and it's hard to get. So we're going to try to do this before school gets out and see if we can get the interest there, and hopefully it takes off a little bit.
All right, well, we'll promote that a lot before then. That's April 27th through the 29th, and I know you'll work hard with that, and it'd be fun to get 25 or 30 involved this first year. That'd be great.
I'd love to get 30 people for the first year, and our girls are going to help out with it. We have 6 to 10 of the Missouri Valley women's team that's going to help out, and they're excited about it. They like that kind of thing. So.
All right. Jessica Gates, all-conference libero, right, at senior? Yeah, she was. And Brad Holt. Let's see if we can get this thing wrapped up right here. The Vikings up 2-0, looking pretty good. And Jess, turn it back over to you.
Well, here's some quick stats. Thomas Herb for Graceland, he had 7 kills so far in this set. And then also Lucas and Brown for Missouri Valley, Lucas having 9 and Brown having 8 kills. So top leaders in kills. Joao also has had 10 digs so far and 20 assists. He's blowing everyone else out of the water with those digs.
That's huge in the men's game. I mean, you're lucky to see 10 digs in a match sometimes. So through 2 sets to have 10 digs, it's pretty good. It's a good start by Jose. Martins out of the middle. To score the first point for the Vikings. Joao will go back to serve. See if he can get a good start here and put the pressure on Graceland to fight back. And we serve the ball out.
He's so good with placing, and sometimes I mean he missed a lot of serves last year too, but he's pretty smart about it. And then when he misses, it's not by too much.
It looks like we have a change in the lineup for Graceland. Number 2, Danny Lai, has entered the game as the backup outside, I believe, the second outside. I don't know if he's coming in to play back row for the outside or if he's going to play all the way around. I guess we'll see when he gets to the front row.
I guess. We have Brown back to serve and another missed serve for Valley. Pretty much 2-2 for missed serves.
I think he hit that one with his forearm.
I think so too.
Didn't make it to the net, so I think that was a miss hit. Hopefully we can get a pass here.
Not bad.
Not bad.
Joao able to get that up, leading to a kill for Lucas Schattenberg.
The block looks like they're getting a little frustrated on the Grayson side, dealing with Lucas on the right side, which is, I'd be frustrated probably too.
I'd be frustrated as a defensive player. Brown with a great save for Valley. Grayson sending it up. Back to their middle. Joao able to get this one up. Schattenberg with another swing off the block. Victor able to get that. Brown with a great off-speed swing. And no one there for Graceland.
Set was a little low. And then Peterson is pumping the fist and screaming around and jumping around. Those shins must be feeling a little better.
They must be a little bit of rest.
I didn't think he was going to see the whole match, so they must have made a little change. Coach Fistick thought he would only play the first or second set.
But once you start playing, you don't want to come out.
Yeah, but those shins must be feeling a little better, so they're going to give it a...
Victor with a great pass, sending it to their back row, Zach Brown. Graceland able to get that up, sending it over. Back out to Peterson, and he's tipping it up. Joao with a great pass.
Another dig by Joao in the back row, and another kill by Lucas on the right side.
You could tell he was swinging line, or more line with that, how he swung that. He went across his body.
Coach Lau is asking for a double contact, I think, on the set. I would not disagree with him on that one.
Grayson sitting it outside to Wong. Valley able to get it up and is over and in. Sending it back outside to Wong. Off Brown and it is a kill.
DJ gets the kill on that swing. And you know, This is a pretty good defensive game on both sides. People are digging some balls and taking good swings and having to work in transition.
The boys look like they're huffing and puffing.
Let us know if you're out there, where you are, who you're rooting for. You can send an email to Holt, HOLTB, as in boy, @mobile.edu. We'd love to hear from you. Tell us how we're doing or who you're rooting for. Or
you can also, on the side on chat online, you can also chat on there, and we can see if you're chatting. If you want to shout out, give us a shout out.
I see some Portuguese. I can't read it. But
sorry. We've tried learning Portuguese.
I've told them I was going to do the Rosetta Stone because 7 of our guys are Brazilian. So I always said I was going to do it in the summer and not tell anybody, and then just be able to
and when they're saying it at practice, and they're like, oh, I know what you finally are saying.
Jessica Hobbs is sitting here helping out with the stats. Senior.
She took my number, Jess to Jess.
Jess to Jess.
Number 3.
All-conference player this year, helping out on the stats.
Good serve by number 12, Wong. Bumstead able to get that over Wong, passing it up back to the middle for Graceland.
Another dig by Joao. And Peterson high off the block again for the kill.
It is off of Moore and Herb in the front row. See, that's what Peterson swings so hard, and when they get a touch on that block, it's usually flying out of bounds or straight down.
Yeah, you really got to seal the net and go over with strong hands, or Peterson will take advantage of it. They are having Danny Lai stay in the front row for Graceland on the outside. And that ball is out of bounds by Zach Brown.
They went a flying.
Bout hit, I believe that's Jalen Holston's grandparents. I think he bout hit them over there in the stands. I hope they're paying attention.
We got G-Blade back to serve for Graceland. It is a 7-6 game for Vikings. Victor getting the ball up, Joao sending it to Lucas. Off the block, Valley able to get it up. Back to the back row for Peterson. Great save for Graceland. And off the block, and single block by Bumstead.
Great block by Bumstead. Good defensive play by Gorgie, the setter for Graceland. And a good swing on the right side, but Zach Bumstead was not fooled and standing right there and had a solo block.
I think that's his second solo for the match, I believe. We have number 3, Bitkovic, back to serve for Vikings, and it is out.
Out of bounds. I'd love to see what the serving errors for both teams combined are. There's been quite a few here.
I'm sure there's about 10. Another missed serve for Herb into the net, giving Valley another point, 9-7. 2 points, Missouri Valley and Graceland. Keep teeter-tottering back and forth. It is a timeout for Missouri Valley. This is their first and only timeout so far.
Off to a pretty good start here in the third.
Yeah, good start by the Vikings. Our blocking and defense is really improved since last weekend, so that's a good sign. And we just look like we're playing with a lot more energy. Yeah. Peterson definitely has come to play tonight. I know he's been itching to get on the court, having to sit on the bench and watch these first 6 matches, and being a senior and just used to being out there every day. And so it looks like he's played with a lot of energy, and it looks like the team's really picked up too with him on the court.
That's the matches I've seen over the last couple of years. Amarov looked like he's playing about as well as I've seen him play.
Yeah, he's in it. You know, he was one of them that Coach Fistic challenged after Tuesday. And the setting position is one that it really has to keep everybody engaged, and you have to run the show. And he was a little frustrated on Tuesday, and so I know they had a big, long discussion, and he looks like a different person.
All right, Jess Take us home, huh?
We have Amaral back to serve for Missouri Valley. We just found out. I was right. 10 missed serves for this whole match. It doesn't seem like a lot, but for how much the game has gone back and forth, I mean, it's pretty much winning and losing the match right there.
Yeah.
It is a point for Valley, which gives us a 3-point lead. So far, the highest lead any team has had over this whole match.
I have to give a shout out to my mom, who I know is listening back in Ohio. So, hello, Mom.
Patricia, right?
Patricia.
Patricia.
And I know they have a lot more snow than we do here, so hopefully she's staying warm and inside.
Live service over and in. Oh, they called Brown over.
Well, they called that a back row attack on our setter, Joao. He jumped. He's in the back row. He jumped at the net and contacted the ball above the net, and the ball went over the net.
Oh.
So
yeah,
it's a pretty good call. Not many people pay attention to that.
Obviously, I didn't.
It didn't really look like the traditional back row attack that you get.
Yeah. We got McFadden coming into this match back to serve with Zach Brown coming out.
Chris is a senior from Aurora, Illinois.
He's always had a pretty good topspin serve. Right off the top of the fingers, and it is a point for Graceland.
Great pass off the serve by Graceland, and DJ Wong with a good high swing off hands to pull the Yellow Jackets within one again.
Graceland service over and in. Brown with a great pass, sending it back to Lucas.
Good hustle play by Graceland.
Graceland able to get that over, sending it back to Lucas again off a double block. Oh, that sounded and looked like it hurt.
Yeah. Well, it looks like he came out of the timeout with his hand and fingers taped.
Yeah, they were wrapping it over there.
I don't believe he had that the first two sets, so.
He's taken a lot of swings this match.
That looked like it went off the antenna, but I don't.
Oh, giving it to Valley.
And it looks like the antenna's crooked from here, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Unless I'm seeing things.
I mean, that could always be true, too, but. We have Katza back to serve. It is over and in from Missouri Valley, sending it back to Herb, and it is out. But unfortunately, I believe that was Peterson in the net.
Yeah, they called the net. And I believe she signaled number 7, which is Peterson Silva, which gives the ball back to Graceland. And look what we have again. Tied at 12.
I think last game it was tied at 15. It's when we finally tied it up.
And an ace by Gorgie, which now gives Graceland the lead at 13-12, and they have to win this set in order to continue the match. And that one is long.
It is long.
It's a big difference, though, when you go back and you score a point or two, and then you're still aggressive and miss the ball long, rather than just going back there and the first serve goes in the bottom of the net or out of bounds. So they still gain 2 points off of that. And here comes the ball, and Jessica Hobbs misses the ball.
With the Butterfingers.
We call that Butterfingers Hobbs.
Good thing she passed.
It's a good thing she didn't play softball.
You got Lucas with the serve, and it is an ace. This is the way Valley wanted to come back, 15-13.
And we have a timeout by head coach Mark Lau of the Yellow Jackets. That ace puts the Vikings up 15-13 here midway through set number 3.
Someone's got to push. It's been a well-played match, though.
It has been a pretty good one. As I expected, both teams fairly evenly matched. Young part of the season here. People are still trying to figure out some things. And both teams have played fairly well other than the missed serves.
Graceland so far is 3-6 overall and 0-2 in their North Division conference, and Missouri Valley is 2-4 overall and 0-1 in conference. We both have conference games on Tuesday. They play Culver Stockton, and we play Missouri Baptist.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough one for the Vikings. Always tough on the road, no matter who you're playing, as we found out on Tuesday at Lindenwood Belleville. But Missouri Baptist is ranked in the top 5 in the country on the NAIA, so it's definitely going to be a tough one. But like I said, we're full strength, and they'll continue to get better and better in practice, and I think we'll see some good things happen.
Missouri Baptist has a good men and women's team. They've always had, I believe we played them my freshman year. Didn't like it, but we played them.
And we played them again this year on the women's side at a tournament. But they're pretty strong. They have that St. Louis pipeline.
Mm-hmm.
So good club programs in St. Louis, both on the men and women's side. So they get some pretty good kids to stay at home.
It is a 15-13 lead. We got Lucas back to serve. Graceland able to get a great pass off that and a tip.
Hello. Victor goes down on the ground, and
we got lucky on that one.
Sherrill gets the kill on an off-speed shot back to the corner in the libero. I don't even want to try to say. I don't want to butcher that. Tucker, Mr.
We'll
Tucker.
say Tucker.
Jumps up and gets his fingers on it, but point goes to the Vikings.
Nice serve. Sending it outside to Herb.
Good up by Zach Brown in middle back. And Peterson goes high off the block again and about takes off the up official's head. He had to duck. He had to duck. And he's smiling.
His facial reaction was in shock. It is a 17-13 lead for Missouri Valley.
I can now talk about the refs sitting in this position.
Without getting a yellow card. He has had many of those in his days.
These are 2 good ones.
You've had a couple more than I have. I've only had one.
One.
I got 1 yellow card my whole time. You've had a couple more than that, I believe.
Just a few. I think I had 2.
Oh. Another swing by Peterson and a kill. It is now at 18-14, up by 4.
This is the biggest lead that the Vikings have had in the match. And the block is really frustrated. When they set the ball outside, they keep turning around, asking what they should be doing.
I'm going to be honest with you, I wouldn't want to take a Peterson Silva swing off my hands.
Me either.
He puts all of his might into those swings. Going back to Herb, and it is a great dig by Victor.
And swing by Lucas on the right side gives the point to the Vikings, and they are now up 19-14.
This is the biggest lead.
This is a crucial time for Graceland. They don't want to get any deeper in the hole than this in the third set. And we got a foot fault. Interesting call on
Peterson.
Foot fault on Peterson. And it was a float serve. So I'm not really sure. Everybody's looking.
Line judge didn't call. It was definitely the up ref. Oh, I think he said he went out to the side too far.
That could possibly be it. We got a new server in for Graceland.
Gible.
Chris.
Victor with a great pass, sending it to Bumstead and an awesome kill. They are just gelling right now.
That was a great pass by Victor. A good set to the back one to Zach Bumstead. And I don't even know if they've set him all game. I mean, I can't remember.
I think he's had about
like
2
maybe
or 3.
2 swings.
Not much. I mean, Lucas has had the gist of all the sets this whole match.
But Zach has done a good job on the blocking side of things. So
Zach is a senior this year, right?
Zach is a senior. Danny goes off speed and uses the block for the point. Gets them within 4, and it's getting late in the set. They're going to have to make a run, and this is probably the person to do it. He's had some good serves here.
Herb serve is over and in. Brown with a great pass, sending it back out to Brown. Graceland able to get that up.
Sorry, I didn't tell you.
Draw goes, hello.
and set that ball over the net, and Joao said, "Thank you, I'll take that." And it looks like we got a second timeout by Graceland, down 5, 16-21. Looks like the Vikings are primed to finish this out.
They don't want to go to 5 like they did last time.
We don't either.
So when you play each other with different conferences, it doesn't matter. I mean, at overall standings it does, but in conference it doesn't matter like it does like women's.
No, this won't go against their conference record, just an overall record. And with Graceland being in our women's conference, we always play them. I mean, we play them in every other sport, so we continue to play them home and home. So we'll play them again next month at their place, I believe March 3rd or 4th at their place, and then we could play them a couple weeks ago at the Park Tournament.
In the tournament, is it top so many teams in each division, or?
How it works is 6 teams go to nationals. Each tournament winner gets an automatic bid, so that's 4 teams. The host school gets an automatic bid, which is Missouri Baptist this year, and then there's 1 at-large team that the committee selects outside of those teams that already make it in.
I like that. It's different, but it's interesting. Sending it out to Danny Bly. He's able to get it over.
It's a great set by the setter, Georgie.
I don't think Missouri Valley was ready for Bly to come in and get a couple of those kills he's been getting this match. We have him back to serve, Danny Lai, number 2.
We have the Burns cheering from Florida. Got a comment over here. So Evan Burns, freshman from Florida. His family must be tuning in, and then says Florida cheering on the Vikings. So hello, Burnses.
Hello. I wish we were in Florida.
I'm sure you have a lot better weather than we do. So if you can bring that up here, that'd be great. But Evan had a great match in the JV match. The JV Vikings won 3-0 in the JV match here before.
They play in 5?
Yeah, it was best of 5, and they won 3-0. So they played really well, and Evan had a great match on the outside for the Vikings.
A little miscommunication between Joao and number 11, Jose.
And here we come. Out of the timeout, the Yellow Jackets have scored 4 in a row to close within 2.
21-19 Vikings. Sending it back to Zach Brown, and it is a kill with no block.
Yeah, that's disaster waiting to happen. When you see that, the men's team get their eyes real big with no block, and
I'm sure.
And a ball that's tight on the net. So.
But when you get those digs up, if someone was to get that up, it's like the greatest accomplishment.
Yeah. And Chris McFadden sends the ball long on the jump serve. Side out to Graceland.
22-20. Vikings need 3 points.
It's a race to 25 here.
We got Tucker for Graceland back to serve. It is over and in. Silva with a great pass. Sending it to Jose.
Good dig by...
Another dig by Joao. Sending it back out to Peterson. Off the block, and luckily Brown had some matrix moves and ducked out of that one.
He might have to do the limbo contest, because that was headed right to his head off the block, and he got out of the way right before it. Puts the Vikings within 2 of the match.
Victor with a great line serve, sending it outside to Wong, and it is a kill for Graceland.
The Burns said they're sending us some warmth.
Oh, so thank you, please.
We need it in here too. It's actually kind of chilly in the gym today.
It's usually warm in here, so. It is 23-21, Graceland not giving up in this set. There we go, Lucas with a great kill.
Great swing again, and that sets up match point for the Vikings, up 24-21.
With Lucas Schattenberg back to serve.
And the bench starts cheering.
And it is a kill, or ace to end this match.
All right.
25-21 in this third set.
Great way to end the match on a service ace, and that was a really good showing by the Vikings. A lot of energy and played really well.
What was the key? I mean, the last time we played this group, we went to 5, but 3, and it's pretty well dominated 3 sets.
The last time we played them, we were without 2 senior starters, and I tell you, it makes a huge difference. And I thought Peterson playing tonight would raise it up a little bit, and that really puts Lucas Schattenberg, our freshman, over on the right side where he's more comfortable. So I think it's just a little bit of combination of everything, and it gets playing with people that you're used to playing just brings a little bit more confidence, and everything was pretty smooth tonight. All
right, this team goes to MOBAP next Tuesday, right?
Yeah, we're on the road to St. Louis on Tuesday.
Our next live stream will be Park, I think. Right, when Park's here?
Oh, that should be a good one.
All right, we make it a date?
Yeah, we'll make it a date.
Okay, I hope you enjoyed the live stream tonight as the Vikings win it in 3 for Brett Holt and Jessica Gates. I'm Ken Cuiaba. So long. We'll do it again in a couple of weeks. Don't forget basketball coming up Saturday. Mid-America Nazarene will be here. We'll live stream for you at 2 and 4 from the Burns Center. Good night.